and welcome back. So this is a new project, as you've probably seen from the thumbnail. I should probably go and show you it. Now, I've had it a week. I think I've seen it about 3 times now, mainly because of being busy and, well, work and other stuff. Plus, there's the Cortina's suspension that is currently being rebuilt. I say rebuilt, repainted. But that's not about the Cortina today. It's about the Riley. So let's go and have a look at it. So it's a 1964 Riley 1.5 four-door saloon that was available from like 57 to 65, meant to replace the Morris Minor apparently, and it's completely standard. This hasn't been played with other than that sticker there for drag racing, which is pretty cool. So why did I buy it? Well, purely and simply because I thought it looked cool. I know it's going to be rusty. I know it's rusty on the outside. There's probably some underneath that I've not even seen. We'll have a look in the boot because that's probably the worst area. And I know the front chassis is not much better either. But it's all repairable. Panels are few and far between. But, you know, they're not complex shapes. So I should be able to make some bits and pieces and try and basically put this thing back together. And that's the other reason why it lends itself quite nicely to being a daily driver, is that yes, it won't be perfect, but it could be safe, it could be usable. I'm going to put discs on it. I am tempted to put a more modern engine and gearbox in it rather than just a gearbox swap like I did on the Cortina. Apparently the MGB 1.8 fits in this quite nicely. Whether the overdrive gearbox does is debatable, but I mean, people put MX5 engines in MGBs without doing any chopping, so there is scope there. And it's kind of cool that I could bring something back. I mean, this thing was daily driven from 64 to 96. It's done 102,000 miles. I've got a stack of paperwork, including like insurance docs. I've got loads of MOTs up till, I think, from 78 to 92, including tax discs. So the history's pretty well documented. There's bits missing. The engine is seized. I'll show you that in a sec. And it does need some welding, but I just think it's cool. And it's going to be a long-term project, as they all are. Ideally, I will be doing little bits whilst I'm in between working on the Cortina. First job really is to get the engine freed up and figure out what I've actually got here. Yeah, let me show you some of the other bits I like about it. Starting here, this is your dashboard. It's got a speaker in the dash, which is cool. There's your heat controls. That's not the original radio. It's got a push button start from factory, which is cool because there's something like that coming for the Cortina, which is a bit of a spoiler. That's the choke, apparently. Well, I can't get it to work. It's seized. The speedo is incorrect. That's actually from a Wolseley. So the gauges, there we go. That's your rev counter. Now they should all look like this. There'll be a speedo that looks the same, which works off a cable. You see the cable there. That's actually a cable rev counter, which is pretty awesome. But there should be a gauge here, which has like water temp. So it'd be like into 3 pieces, like water, fuel, and oil pressure. I've got my eye on set of those, so I try and get a hold of that. What else have we got? It should have fogs as standard. So the wiring's there, and basically you just paid Riley for the privilege of having them fitted, which is pretty cool. That's the light switch. That's the that's the panel light. So you could turn the dash lights on and off individually. Wipers, they've got these really cool feel to them, all the switches. And it's got a foot full beam, so for your flash, I just think that's cool. The seats, pretty good, considering they're over 60 years old. The wood needs a bit of a tidy up. And annoyingly, when it had an aerial put in later on, they've drilled through the headlining, which is such a shame because this is in really good condition. Oh, that's pretty cool. So I'm learning stuff as I go through it. I have been waiting for a manual, which is the other reason why I haven't done anything yet. I've got quarter lights. That one opens. That's pretty cool. I'll show you some other stuff that I like. The light looks mega, very Art Deco. One thing I have noticed, so this apparently is the gearbox of an MGA, and it is properly bolt action. He says struggling to get it to third. That's reverse. Another thing, right, so when you open the door, that doesn't drop, that's quite nice. Alright, back outside. One of the worst areas on these is the rear wheel arches, because they didn't rust proof these as standard, and they're also pretty thin. Yeah, a bit of a rust trap. The door is completely knackered, and again, even though it's knackered, it's not dropping, which is nice. The sill on this side's a bit crispy, so I think I might have to take the sill off. Whether I can replace it, but I need to take this one off and just see if I can actually repair this piece, because the sill comes up to about here and goes across. Now I'm wondering whether I could actually take this off, repair what's behind it, because I have a feeling it's not much better behind there. Looking at what we've got down here, make a new piece and then put that back on. I've got to make some of this wheel arch to here, because that's where the wing sits. So it's not excuse me, it's not perfect, but it's a project, isn't it? It's an old car. The lower section here, we've got a bit of a dent, and it needs pulling in and repairing. The arch lip is gone. The arch, I can feel, it's probably not the easiest to show you. So that is the wheel tub. It's actually pretty big, not very wide, but if you made it a little taller here, I could go, I mean, quite honestly, you could lower that quite a bit anyway. Just realised it's got Morris Minor van wheels on, which I think are slightly wider. So it's running some rims. On radials as well, they're going to drive horribly, they're going. So even though this door's knackered, that is a good sound. Alright. Cool detail on this. British Drag Racing Association sticker. They changed the name to British Drag Racing and Hot Rod Association in '71, so that's probably been on there since the 60s. Show you the back seat. This side, not as crispy. It's crispy, but it's not as crispy. It has had a sill on this side. It looks like it's been glassed in a little bit there. It looks like a bit of filler or something. Same story, wheel tub needs replacing, but not impossible. So that piece would come over the top and then that would join it. So learning stuff as I go. It definitely looks worse underneath. Oh, that's fiberglass. It's definitely looking worse underneath because that's cardboard. The the under seal is peeling off. Yeah, let me show you the boot. That's as high as it goes up, which is a bit of a pain. I bought that for the engine, which we'll come on to. Now I've given this a clean out. There is a bit of rust down here. I've got a full set of wheels in here, some of the interior bits, and we've got a spare oil filter. We've got some ignition bits, which is pretty cool. That I think is for the suspension, possibly. You have a spare wheel under here. That is, I can check that out. That is clean. This was in the boot. Loads of bolts and pieces. Now, looking at it, it suggests that the cylinder head has had some work, because you have, where is it? That is a valve stem, valve guide, and there's various bits and pieces that suggest the cylinder has had some work. Don't know what that is. If I take this bit out, well, it's a Krusty's looking wheel, but in there, it's not very clear, it is rust free, which is one of the few areas that is rust free. Got to pull that out, but quite honestly I might end up having to split that off, fix it and then put it back on. The boot floor, the worst area is here. So if I move that piece of cardboard out of the way, that is the boot floor area. So you've got a bit of a panel. There we go. So that's the bottom of the inner wing. That is the wheel tub that is completely disintegrated. Not ideal. Got that hole there. So yeah, that all needs doing. Similar story on the other side. Fuel, you've got an electric fuel pump there, which is an SU, and that is your fuel tank, which to me looks not as crispy as I thought. Cool little feature. Obviously it's not a locking fuel cap, but how cool is that? It's on a little thing. It does smell like there is fuel in there. It even sounds like there's fuel in there. That'll be no good. One thing I did find in the boot, which I don't think many people get these with their cars, that used to be a mouse. Have you ever had anything as terrible as that in a car that you've bought? I'd love to know. So yeah, pretty crispy, needs some work, needs some love. Let's have a look at the engine. So as the name suggests, 1.5 from the MGB. Sorry, same as family of engine as the MGB. It's actually a detuned MGA engine. Makes 66 horsepower, so slightly less than what a Cortina 1500 or thereabouts would make, I think. Never remember. Normally thinking about the GT, if anything. Front wings have been replaced with fiberglass ones, so they're rust free. Not perfect, but rust free. We've got some inner wing work to do here and here where it's had repairs. I'm just not sure about it. And then this thing is seized through lack of use. What I've got as well, I've got some twin SUs. Points ignition. I didn't realise the HT leads are actually screwed into the cap, so I'm going to have to replace that. But first off, I'm going to go and whip these plugs out, and we'll see if we can put some put some diesel in there and see what we can do. See if we can get this thing freed up. Oh, battery box, good condition. That's the chassis number. Pretty cool. Got a Smith's heater. And again, this is as high up as the bonnet goes. It's not going to be a fun job to work on that. But it's got quite a wide bay. Front chassis legs, whilst I'm here, they're looking pretty crispy. But I believe they are the same as a Morris Minor, which is pretty cool because they are easier to get hold of. I think they're about 120 quid for the pair. Right, I'm going to go grab some tools. Yeah, you're not short for a smoke in here, so I'll show you what I mean. Door card has an ashtray, driver has an ashtray. Don't know if the kids have one, don't think they do. Oh, the kids got this one here. Yeah, that's pretty cool if you like smoking. Yeah, so that's stuck. So I'm going to leave that for a bit longer, come back to it daily, see if I can get that freed up. Should be a problem. It's not the end of the world if I don't either. It'd just be nice if I could, because I want to see if I can get it running. I'm generally fitter than this. It's also baking in here. So yeah, the plan is basically, at the minute, start making some panels up and basically trying to make it a solid shell. Suspension wise, I'm going to convert it from the lever arm dampers to telescopics, drop it a little bit. Be nice to put some wider wheels on it. I've got figure out what I'm going to do for the engine, but I think maybe MX5 powered, but we're a long way away from that and I'm not really that stressed on that. I might end up getting it running and loving it. What else? Brakes, it needs some of those. So convert the drums to discs, even though they are apparently very big drums and capable. I'm just not a big fan of driving on drums every day. It's like, why be uncomfortable? And make it look cool. I hope you like it. I'm a lot more motivated to do this than I did the Mercedes. I thought that was just because it was there. This is different. I feel that there's a challenge in the panel work, really. You know, it's trying to learn how to make shapes that I've not normally made before. I need to get the Cortina finished, that is my priority, but whilst I'm waiting on parts and when the engine's away, I've got to do something, so why not do this? Yeah, let me know what you think. Hopefully it's positive. I hope it is. I'm going to have to do this outside, which is something I'm not used to. Need to make some space in the back. There is space behind me if I do a bit of paving in the garden, so it could at least be away and off the drive, which is nice, but that's a job for another day. Yeah, like I say, let me know what you think and I will be back soon. Bye for now.